Alex was speaking off the back of a 4th win in 6 games after the Blackburn game. In the context of the bigger picture, are we starting to see how you want your team to play moving forward?
Yeah, I think that sort of post January really, we've found a system that I'm happy with, that the players at the moment seem happy with, and I think we've got good balance. I think we've got good performances coming from the lads. I think even in some of the games that we didn't win, I think particularly Blackpool is one that comes to mind, where I thought the performance level was good. We just couldn't manage to get the goal. But I think the pleasing thing is we've looked really fluent at the top end of the pitch recently, and we've looked a real danger. So yeah, I think we're in a good space just now.
In the last few games, it's been a real front-footed performances. Is that clearly part of your vision?
Yeah, I think that when I came in, I think we were something like 15th or 16th in the league for pressing the ball. I think any team that I've had have generally been synonymous with getting after the ball, being a high press team and being aggressive in terms of how we play with and without the ball. So I think where we are in that respect is sort of pull us apart from where we were at the start. I think that element of it's markedly improved. I think we've got guys at the top end of the pitch that have got a real good tactical understanding of how to do that. I think we've added athleticism to the team as well, in terms of making sure that when you do get past that first press, that the guys behind the ball are athletic and read the game well enough to make sure they can turn the ball over and then try and start a counter-attack. Quite a few of our goals recently have came for us nicking the ball and then transitioning. So we're making big strides in that sort of regard. So been really pleased with that.
How much do you feel as though the January recruitment has helped things?
Yeah, I think it's been vitally important. I think Ben coming in has give us a different dynamic in the middle. I think that it's freed up Josh Laurent, who's performing very well just now. I think Will Smallbone as well sort of kicked on to another level. I think he just gives the security for the forward lads when they're triggering the press, that they know that he's going to be there to mop things up for them. So the good thing is with Ben, obviously I coached Ben for 3-4 years before. He knows exactly what I want from him and what to expect, and the differences in terms of different type of teams we might play and what his role might sort of slightly change. So there's not a lot that he doesn't already have in terms of understanding what I'm looking for him to do, which is a great platform for me, because it means that I can then focus on different parts of the team and different areas that we can try and improve on.
You scored a lot of goals in the last few games. What do you put that down to?
I think we've been more clinical. I think our finishing's been good. I think that the games have been relatively open. I think the lads at the top end of the pitch look much more confident. I think they've got a lot of belief at the moment, which is nice. And I think we've dominated the middle area of the pitch for me in the last few games, which allows our front lads to get a lot of supply of the ball. And then when you get a lot of supply of the ball, obviously it's just, have you got that quality that you can sort of beat somebody, or can you get that finish away? And I think there's been a lot of different aspects that have sort of folded into one now that have helped that. So, but as you say, to score, I think 8 goals in 2 games is good going.
Do you feel like a settled team for the most part has helped an upturn in performances and results?
I think both. I think settled system, settled team, I think's been beneficial. I think that the lads look more confident now than what they were before, which is good. And I think what they're now getting is results off the back of good performances, whereas I felt for parts of the season we were playing well but not getting what we probably deserved. Probably say there's always a little bit of fortune in there somewhere. I think I seen a clip yesterday. I think one Dwight put his hand up for one. It could have been a penalty. I think earlier in the season that goes against us. I thought there was a lot of things earlier in the season. The amount of times we've had feedback from the referee saying, "Oh, you should have had a penalty in this game. You should have had a penalty in that game." I think that's been about 4 occasions this season. So I always think a little bit of fortune helps as well.
Given where the 2 teams that you beat in the most recent 2 games were in the table, how much confidence do you take from that? I don't think it makes a huge deal of difference. Obviously I know people look at the table and think they're fighting for promotion, they're fighting for relegation, so they're really good and they're not so good. I don't see it that way. The way I look at it is the different teams that you play, they create different challenges. There's some teams that might be more direct. Can you handle that style of play? There might be teams that are high pressing team. Can you play through their press? There might be teams that sit in a low block. Can you break them down?
And what you need to be a successful team at this level is the tools to be able to fluctuate from one type of game to the next and be equally successful. You know, I don't think we are currently just quite there yet, but I think we're making good strides towards that.
Middlesbrough are performing well this season, but is it a challenge that excites you?
Yeah, of course it is. I think these games, I always look forward to these games. You know, teams that are doing well, teams that are coached well, with good momentum. There's going to be big expectation on them, a lot of hope. You know, they've closed that gap now to second place, so they'll have obviously one eye on that, and this is going to be a really important game for them. But equally, I think it's a big game for us to show the progress that we've made.
You could make it 5 wins in 7. What will be your message to the players tomorrow?
Play with no fear, you know, and keep doing what we're doing, and go out and believe that we are more than capable of winning the game. You know, I firmly believe, I've said it since I came here, it doesn't matter who we play. I think on our day, if we're at it, we can beat anyone. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we can put a good performance on.
Phil Jagielka and Ben Wilmot missed out at the weekend. You mentioned after the game that you were hopeful that one of those might be back for Tuesday. Is that still the case? Yeah,
I think we'll certainly have one back. You know, the other one will be a late call, so we may have 2 back, but we'll most certainly have one, I think.
Cheers, Gaffer.
Thank you
very much.
Cheers.